Welcome to the Tento Saga, Chapter 1. Hi, me again. Are you serving cheeseburgers? So this is a book that was written by the Reverend Jason William Egroff. You may know him better as Rev from Shanny and Rev. He wrote a book. Yes, he did. So it's the Tento Saga, Mankind's Perilous Journey. Yes. All right. And we're going to do chapter 1 this evening. Did you all bring your books? No? That's okay. I have a copy right here. You're welcome to follow along. So this was copyrighted in 2008. 2008, 17 years ago. So he was just a youngin'. All right. He does have an ISBN. That is pretty impressive. The prologue is by Samuel Orlando, Origins of Annihilation. So that's not coming from the Reverend. I don't know if we'll actually do that, get into that. Cover illustration was by David Whitecraft. The interior and cover layout is by Jason William Egroff himself. The executive producer was Eileen J. Egroff. The first printing of this publication was in April 2008. This is a first edition, published by Jason W. Egroff, printed by Lulu Press Incorporated. So, we will be reading Chapter 1, Part 1 of The Exile. There are four parts to this. There are chapters within each part. Okay. So, let's get started. Are there chapters or just parts? Oh, boy. All right. The prelude to agony. The president of the... Can you see this, everyone? Should I make it bigger? Can you make it full screen, maybe? Want to make sure we can all follow along here. If you feel like you'd like to take notes, feel free. Okay. Let me take off this background so we're not distracted. There we go. Thank you all for attending this reading of this very important book of its time. Yes, if you do need a wing, be sure to reach out and take a wing. Okay, that's what we're here for. We're all here for each other. Part 1, The Exile. Prologue, Prelude to Agony. The President of the United States sat in the Oval Office. He studied the national security estimate laid out by his security advisor. The title of the report read, Austria Determined to Dominate the World. The President's National Security Advisor paced, contemplating the nation's response to the rising threat. Sir, I don't see any alternative to regime change in Austria. The dictator has proven through his actions that he isn't willing to negotiate peace with his neighbors. I fully believe that he will continue on his current course of action and eventually dominate the entire region, the advisor concluded gravely. I agree. I'm disappointed in the lackluster intelligence estimates leading up to this current report. This man is the worst tyrant since Adolf Hitler. It's as if we've gone back in time a couple thousand years. If unchecked, this man's plot for world domination will succeed, and his disgusting ideology will rule, the president stated. Suddenly, the president's phone rang. He picked it up with dread. This is the president. Sir, NORAD reported thousands of incoming Austrian military craft by air, land, and sea. It appears as if a large-scale invasion of the United States is in action. Early intelligence reports state that it's General Zonfer's brigade, the military official said calmly. Deploy forces throughout the country immediately, the president asserted decisively. That psychopath needs to be stopped immediately. Yes, sir, I'll keep you updated on operations. The president hung up with a somber expression on his face. Sir, the president's security advisor inquired. We're at war on American soil. Within the hour, Zonfer's forces will be at our doorstep. I'd better phone the vice president and prepare an address. Meanwhile, we need to move to the underground security bunker. General Zonfer and his brigade are advancing. The president's associate swallowed hard. I've heard of this man's tactics. God help us. General Zonfer stood on American soil surveying the battlefield, assault rifle in hand. The Austrian forces had taken most of the country with little opposition. The United States preparedness was flawed at best. The ruthless military leader oversaw Austria, dominated New York City. His transport chopper thudded in the background atop the United Nations building. He thought about his next militaristic action when a captain chimed in on his communication channel. General, our forces are advancing on the American capital. Deployments of American forces are currently unfolding. Combat operations are going as planned. Excellent. Excellent. I've landed in New York City and will be overseeing the holding of the territory. I will expect hourly updates on progress. When the capital falls, I want to know, commanded Zonfer. The general ran down to the ground level of the city streets with the sound of tanks and jet fighters booming through the world's economic capital. An officer approached Zonfer and said, Sir, we have to pass the bridge that connects the city, but civilian vehicles clutter the bridge. Take them out, Zonfer declared without hesitation. Yes, sir, the soldier stuttered, startled by Zonfer's heartlessness. When the breeze on Tento blew, the planet shivered. It was a cold and desolate planet, the kind of place that not even the commoners liked. For this reason, no one ever visited the planet. Its overcast, dreary clouds wrapped it in a charcoal gray prison. Tento seemed to cry to be freed from its cold desolation. Science labs in various states of disrepair stood in the middle and far-reaching parts of the planet. The buildings looked as if some new age weaponry had decimated them. This was only somewhat accurate. There had been an uprising between the scientists on the planet. This and the naming of the planet signaled the only defining moments in Tento's history. From Earth, an astronomer named Evan Tento had discovered the new planet. Upon discovery, Tento reported that the planet didn't appear to hold any promising qualities. At this time in Earth's history, nothing interested the inhabitants of Earth more than the possibility of life on another planet. Whenever an astronomer spoke, his words pertained to this subject. But the discovery of this planet received the label of a useless discovery. Little did those who dismissed it know that the planet's discovery would change the course of mankind. The discovery of Tento came at a very inopportune time. It proved to be the worst time for something significant to happen in the realm of intergalactic biology. If this discovery had come at any other time, Earth's inhabitants' excitement would have skyrocketed. Earthlings worried about the direction of their leader. After the great leader Zonfer had devised a plan to eliminate all threatening inhabitants of Earth and to begin his campaign for world domination, all of Earth's nations united to defend their home. Earth chose to resist. Zonfer had assembled a massive army. When all of the battles had concluded, Zonfer emerged victorious. This signaled the arrival of the great slaughters. Zonford entered nations and wiped out complete dynasties. Generations of great leaders perished at the hands of the tyrant. This turned out to be a transitional period for the planet Earth. Zonford had successfully extinguished all of his possible enemies through a masterful plan of deceit and conspiracy. It took many years for the residents of Earth to accept his unconscionable actions. However, it signaled a very prosperous time in Earth's history, when the economy was strong and the crime rate was almost non-existent. It was unclear if this was because of Zonford's final solution, or just because there were fewer people to commit crimes. Unemployment disappeared, a problem of the past. The only people who experienced poverty were those who deliberately decided to not work. Along with addicts and the mentally ill, they became vagrants. The super corporations in the world flourished. Manufacturing boomed, and people purchased things just as fast as production took place. For the first time in Earth's history, 98% of the population enjoyed the benefits of an unlimited job market. Little did anyone know that a terrible evil, an evil far worse than Zonford, stood poised and ready to strike down the inhabitants of Earth. The architectural wonder that was Zonford's headquarters dominated the landscape where it resided. No leader had ever possessed a more imposing or awe-inspiring structure. Custody of such a structure surely proved an individual's supremacy over all others. Sitting in his majestic main office, Zonford contemplated what the new day would bring. As he sifted through the various thoughts that crowded his mind, he stood and strolled through his domain, with arms folded at a leisurely pace. Zonford personified the very essence of intimidation. He stood strong at 6 feet 2 inches tall, and his posture was flawless. He appeared somewhat younger than his years, with a flowing, shoulder-length, gray and auburn-tinted mane and facial hair. Exceptionally malevolent facial features completed the striking visage, arching eyebrows and deep scowl marks. Little escaped Zonford's intellectual ability. He was a man of infinite intelligence and foresight. This combination of mental acumen and physical prowess made Zonford a tour de force of coercion. Make no mistake, Zonford ruled planet Earth and its tenants with an iron fist. Nonetheless, the subsequent weeks and months would prove to humble the brutal leader. We're not even at chapter 1 yet. Oh my God. As he sifted through the intelligence reports, he slowly caressed his beard. The last few sentences troubled him. The United States continued to be a thorn in his side. He now regretted not eliminating the government completely. It was a precarious and unusual political situation. Grab your water, no kidding, huh? Take a sip. Mm-hmm. You read the whole thing, huh, Hippiesta? Yeah, 309 pages. We only have, according to my reading speed, we only have 11 and a half hours left. So it's like 3 months of weekly readings. Okay. All right. Okay. As he sifted through the intelligence reports, he slowly caressed his beard. The last few sentences troubled him. The United States continued to be a thorn in his side. He now regretted not eliminating the government completely. It was a precarious and unusual political situation. Zonford had ultimate rule over the country, but the leadership fought him in every way they could. Yeah, who has a Discord? Oh, this is not a short story by far. No. The pundits described it as the Zonfer occupation of the United States. This was as accurate as a description as could be formulated. It is a saga. Zonfer read the transcription of the latest Senate and House activities. The amendment hereby states that the United States remains steadfast in our resolve against our occupier. The CIA, in unison with the UN, shall monitor Zonfer's actions and hold the tyrant accountable. Zonfer sighed and closed the cover on the tan folder. It was little more than rhetoric. Both he and the rebellious U.S. leadership knew nothing could touch Zonfer. A unifying evil stood poised to strike. Chapter 1. Genesis of Destruction. I don't know, Lilith, but I'd have the sports bras ready just in case. Tabor sat in his lab chair examining the new samples from the region of concern. Reports of outbreaks of mysterious infections caused by long-extinct diseases had been piling up on Tabor's desk. Whenever something of this nature occurred, research would immediately commence. Tabor worked for the biochemistry department of Zonfer's administration. What he was looking at baffled him. Staring back at him laid the biological makeup of a destructive force that could very well bring about the demise of Earth and its vulnerable life. Tabor performed various tests on this biological anomaly. He determined that it was a single-celled organism that could reproduce asexually. This hypothesis represented the only logical and viable conclusion that the current research information provided. But without more reliable information on the actual organism, the biological calculations didn't make much sense. He determined that in a period of about 24 hours, this organism could cover the entire face of the Earth. The resulting report, with little more than a barely feasible educated guess, came off more than a little ridiculous. Tabor, a scientist, wanted to back up his information with solid, well-informed facts. This, given the current state of the facts as he knew them, would be impossible. He knew that, if he was left without further research and data gathering, this threat could assemble in a frightening maelstrom of unimaginable proportions. He gathered the research reports and projections that made the most sense and filed them for submission to Zonfer's main office. He prepared for, and dreaded, an inevitably awkward presentation. Not really, Anna Gags. No. I did get an offer from, what was it? I can't think of the name of it. No, not Audible. Something. One of those companies. But it was to teach AI. And I would have to sign over rights to use my voice. And it didn't pay much at all. So I said, no, thank you. Sir, please. Please. His prose is flat. Zonfer stared at the various information packets Tabor had assembled for his boss's consumption. He examined every report, all the while in subconscious conversation and contemplation. After he finished the final page of the research summary, he sighed and threw it upon his enormous desk, where it landed in a heap. Sir, do you want to join? Do you want to take a character? Oh, he's pretending he can't hear me. He's like, what? Huh? When it comes to the dialogue parts, can you do a very sinister voice for Zonfer? I actually, reading it, it's kind of hard for me to follow in that way. But yeah, I can try for sure. Like it's, yeah, I'm not, it definitely needed some editing for sure. Yeah, I can try to. Vocal filters? Yeah, we could do that. Mm-hmm. To say the least, he didn't take it seriously, but he requested the... Sir. Okay, enough. But he requested the presence of his science officer to discuss the controversial report. Minutes later, one of Zonfer's aides announced Tabor's arrival. Tabor entered Zonfer's office, hoping fervently that the meeting had nothing to do with his research pertaining to the biological anomaly. However, he wasn't so fortunate. Sir, you requested my presence? How should we make Zonfer sound? Yes. Should we sound gruff? Yes. Yes. I actually found a video where Shani read the first part of it. Yes, said Zonfer. Please come in. Come in. Did you digest all of my report? Tabor asked with dread. Yes, Tabor, I did. Please sit and have a drink with me. He poured some fresh coffee from his sideboard into a second mug and placed it before Tabor. Zonfer's expression frightened the timid science officer. Tabor took his seat and slowly sipped the hot coffee. Tabor, you take me as an intelligent man, don't you? Yes, sir, of course, replied Tabor humbly. And please explain to me how, Tabor, you expect me to buy this horse manure. What is that noise? I'm getting DJ Windows 98 over here. Is it this? Yeah. I don't know, actually. Might be. Yeah, system sounds. Okay, got those muted. Horse manure. Yeah. Okay. Zonfer's eyes blazed with fury. He wasn't the type of man who hid his emotions. His personality didn't allow for it. Sir, all I have done in this report is presented the facts to you as I know them. With the information provided, you must understand that little is certain about this organism, Tabor confidently concluded. These facts you refer to? They include the ridiculous theory about the possibility of this being a biblical plague? You do realize that nothing like that has been mentioned in thousands of years? The Bible was rejected as fiction long ago, Tabor. You, being a scientist, I would assume this is something you are aware of. There was more than a hint of sarcasm in Zonfer's voice. Tabor didn't appreciate this in the slightest bit. He momentarily forgot whom he was addressing and made a fatal error. Sir, I really don't appreciate being made to look like a fool. I merely mentioned the biblical type plague as a comparison. I did not mean it as literally a biblical plague. To be perfectly honest with you, the research data couldn't definitively confirm anything about this thing. I need more time and samples to come to any kind of viable conclusion in this matter. Zonfer shifted in his seat and clenched the ends of the armrests of his large chair. My dog has to go outside. I'll be right back. We got a doggy break. I'll be right back. I'll have to get up again in a minute to let them back in. The thing Squirrel World exposes me to. I know. Zonfer shifted in his seat and clenched the ends of the armrests of his large chair. And I don't appreciate my biochemist talking back to me. You speak to me like that again and you'll find yourself at the barrel end of a pulse cannon. My apologies, sir. I don't know what got into me. Tabor shriveled back into himself like a snail into a shell. Like Rev from Shani. He knew Zonfer wouldn't directly eliminate him because the watchdog agency studied his every move. Zonfer, however, had his methods of discreet action. Tabor had witnessed them on several occasions. Now he appeared to be the latest in a long line of science officers who had lost favor with Zonfer. So are you going to recommend that I tell the public about this inconclusive report? Or should I let it slide? Asked Zonfer sarcastically. Well, sir, I think that's up to you. Upon further research, I can submit a more conclusive report. Until then, I think the decision would be best made by you. Tabor, you know that I'm required to carry out whatever actions you recommend. This entire conversation is being monitored by that organization that had me by... I gotta really get into my masculinity here. This entire conversation is being monitored by that organization that had me by the balls when I wanted to eliminate all of the senators on Capitol Hill in Washington. No more beating around the bush. What's your recommendation? Tabor searched for an acceptable response. He stumbled over his words, his mind in mental disarray. Well, sir, I think this certainly... Zonfer clenched his fist hand. He gritted his teeth and glared at the terrified scientist with absolute contempt. My recommendation would be to, Zonfer stroked the pulse cannon that rested on his desk while staring at Tabor with a murderous rage in his eyes. Tabor silently interpreted Zonfer's body language and responded accordingly. I recommend that you not mention it. It would cause an unnecessary panic among the inhabitants of the planet. This is appearing only in a remote region of what used to be the Holy Land. At worst, the casualties would be limited, given the general location of interest. The consequences of panic would be far more dire. All right, Tabor, I appreciate your visit, and I'll think about every option. Now, there are many things that demand my attention. I would appreciate some privacy now. Tabor froze, staring blankly in Zonfer's general direction, unblinking. Tabor! Tabor! Zonfer exploded in anger, striking his desk furiously. The science officer jerked back in fear, his body trembling uncontrollably. Yes, sir. I'll begin my follow-up report immediately. Don't bother, Tabor. Tabor exited with a heavy chest and a heavy conscience. He realized the possible outcome of what he had just done. And that is the prologue and Chapter 1. Thank you for attending this reading of the Tento Saga, Mankind's Perilous Journey. Well, do you think we should have a different voice for Zonfer? Is it hard to understand, do you think? You're lost? Oh, yeah. So am I. It kind of starts like out of nowhere. It starts like really, yeah. Like you don't really know what's happening. Should we experiment with voices? You know what we could do? We could have someone come up on panel and be one of the characters. We could do that. Someone could be Zonfer. Someone could be, I don't know how long the scientist is here. I could read ahead and pick. We could do that. Remember like we used to do in school? Let me be Chantal for a minute. Do you remember in school? Like that you would each, like the teacher would assign a character per student. And when your turn comes up, you read your section. All they have to do is put a filter on their mic and call it a day. Yeah. We could do that. A dramatic reading. Yeah. And if you're not able to come like 1 week, someone else can fill in for you. We could do that. So I will go ahead. I'll read through A full cast production, yeah, because it will take a toll for sure on my voice. But there are a lot of characters, looks like. Oh, stroking his Fu Manchu. Zonfer studied the sizable pile of documents on his desk. His Fu Manchu? I thought Zonfer was from Austria. Yeah, so we'll get a list of characters, and you can choose who you want. What do you think? But you got to come up on a panel so we can hear you. We got to hear your voice. Send the book to Foodie. She's got time to read it. That's true. That's true. I've noticed with a lot of unpublished writing, they use way too many adjectives and adverbs. Yeah, it's a little awkward in places. He definitely could have. I mean, it's not horrible by any stretch, you know, but some places are a little awkward. You can see Zonfer as a good name for a mischievous yet lovable cat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the style of mustache. Just funny Jason's description. Red Dave. We just finished. We read the prologue and the first chapter of part 1 of the Tento Saga. All right, so I'll read ahead a little bit. I'll put up a community tab post. Let's do it on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Just one chapter per Friday night. Too many descriptions followed by duplicate explanations. There are duplicate explanations and just kind of words that are being overused in general. Yeah. It wasn't nearly as bad as you expected. Yeah. This was $1 on Amazon. However, I had $1 credit, so I didn't pay anything for it. Yeah. And Hippiesta read the whole thing. No, it's only going to take, it says we got 13 hours left. 13 hours, 40 minutes. How many chapters? Well, there's, let's see. There are 4 parts, 15 chapters. 15. So about 4 months. Let's all get our dollars worth. Okay, but you have to have earbuds or something that prevents the sound from coming out into your mic, because that's how you get the feedback back and forth. So like headphones or earbuds, something like that. Yeah, just one chapter. We're going to do at a time, I think. Rev wondering why copies of his book are selling. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll have it on the screen. You don't have to buy a copy. You'll be able to. Or I could. Well, yeah, you'll see it on the screen to read. And I'm reading from Kindle, so we can change the color of the page and everything. Each chapter is 20 pages. Well, it's these little pages, though. It depends how you space it out. For example, let's see. Like if we do wide columns. This is Rev's book. Jason Egroff. This is the Reverend Jason. So we can change the color just like Kindle. So I had it on narrow margins. You can also do black with white text. We can increase the size of the text. There's all different little things you can do. Oh yeah, I can make it larger. That's no problem. You can do a single column. There's different fonts. Open Dyslexic is the name of this font. That's interesting. You love the green, yeah. There's white with, yeah, that's pretty harsh. Amazon Ember and Bookerly is the one we were reading. Yeah. That would be awesome. If you guys want to do, that would be awesome. If you guys could come up and take a character. Yeah. Cover reminds you of those old commercials. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Yeah. You used to listen to Drag read the Tento Saga, but I don't think you finished it. I was getting invested in the story too. Really? I could imagine it would get tedious. I could see it getting tedious. What about you, Hippiesa? How long did it take you to finish it? Finally, Rev's day has come. And yeah, there is a video where Shani reads it. Find that one. Not long. You love sci-fi? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. The Tento Saga. Did you like the little intro I made for it? Made that in a couple minutes. Okay, this one, let me show you Shani's reading of the book. I don't know how much she got into it. But she stops and talks to Jason throughout. Like, what do you mean by this? What's that? Whoops. Oops. You could do a few chapters. Nice. Okay. So I'm not sure if the channel who uploaded this made this little intro. It's pretty good. It's the channel is called Please Notice Me. This was uploaded 2 years ago. Edits musical parody, commentary sometimes, and live streams every 6 months. It's funny. Here's a link to that channel. Please Notice Me. So the Tento Saga read by Shani for Christ, featuring exclusive footage of the author, the Reverend Dude.
So let's get started. We're going to start on the prologue. It's called Prelude to Agony. The President of the United States sat in the Oval Office. He studied the national security estimate laid out by his security advisor. The title of the report read, Austria Determined to Dominate the World. The President's national security advisor paced, contemplating the nation's response to the rising threat. Sir, I don't see any alternative to regime change in Austria. The dictator has proven through his actions that he isn't willing to negotiate.
And you know, she doesn't pronounce the G's at the end of the words. Rising threat.
Negotiate peace with his neighbors. I fully believe that he will continue on his current course of action and eventually dominate the entire region. The advisor concluded gravely. I agree.
He's not willing to negotiate.
In the lackluster intelligence estimates leading up to this current report. This man is the worst tyrant since Adolf Hitler. It's as if we've gone back in time a couple of thousand years. If unchecked, this man's plot for the world domination will succeed, and his disgusting ideology will rule.
Disgusting!
The president stated.
Disgusting.
Suddenly, the president's phone rang, and he picked it up with dread. This is the president. Sir, NORAD reported thousands of incoming Austrian military craft by air, land, and sea. It appears as if a large-scale invasion of the United States is in action. Holy shit, that's not far from the truth.
She's like, you're a prophet, Rev.
Early
You're a
intelligence
prophet.
reports state that it's General Somfer's brigade, the military official, said calmly. Deploy forces throughout the country immediately, the president asserted divisively. The psychopath needs to be stopped immediately. Yes, sir, I'll keep you updated on operations. The president hung up with somber expression on his face. Sir, the president's security advisor inquired. We're at war on American soil. Within the hour, Somfer's forces will be at our doorstep. I'd better phone the vice president and prepare an address. Meanwhile, we need to move to the underground security bunker. General Somfer and his brigade are advancing. The president's associate swallowed hard. I've heard of this man's tactics. God help us. General Somfer stood on American soil, surveying the battlefield, assault rifle in hand. The Austrian forces had taken most of the country with little opposition.
They're
The
advancing.
United States preparedness was flawed at best.
The president hung up, and they're advancing.
The ruthless military leader oversaw Austrian-dominated New York City. His transport chopper thudded in the background atop the United Nations building. He
Advancing.
thought about his next
Surveying.
militaristic action when a captain chimed in on his communication channel. General, our forces are advancing on the American capital. Deployments of American forces are currently unfolding. Combat operations are going as planned.
Going as planned.
Excellent. I've landed in New York City and will be overseeing
Thanks,
the
Toasty.
holding of the territory. I will expect hourly updates on progress. When the capital falls, I want to know, commanded Somfer. The general ran down to the ground level of the city streets with the sounds of tanks and jet fires booming through the world's economic capital.
Booming.
An officer approached Somford and said, Sir, we have to pass the bridge that connects the city, but civilian vehicles clutter the bridge. Take them out, Somford declared without hesitation. Yes, sir. The soldier stuttered, startled by Somfer's heartlessness. When the breeze on Tento blew, the planet shivered. It was a cold and desolate planet. The kind of place that not even the commoners liked. For this reason, no one ever visited the planet. Its overcast, dreary clouds, wrapped in its charcoal gray prison, Tento seemed to cry to be freed from its cold desolation.
Okay, Randy.
Science labs in various states of disrepair stood in the middle and far-reaching parts of the planet.
Far-reaching.
The buildings looked as if some New Age weaponry had decimated them. This was only somewhat accurate. There had been an uprising between the scientists on the planet. This and the naming of the planet signaled the only defining moment in Tento's history.
Defining moment.
From Earth, an astronomer named Evan Tento had discovered the new planet. Upon discovery, Tento reported that the planet didn't appear to hold any promising qualities.
Naming, uprising.
At this time in Earth's history, nothing interested
Planet
the inhabitants of Earth more than the possibility of life on another planet. Whenever an astronomer spoke, his words pertained to this subject, but the discovery of this planet received the label of a useless discovery. Little did those who dismissed it know that the planet's discovery would change the course of mankind. The discovery of Tento came at a very inopportune time. It proved to be the worst time for something significant to happen in the realm of intergalactic biology. If this discovery had come at any other time, Earth's inhabitants' excitement would have skyrocketed. Earthlings worried about the direction of their leader.
Earthlings.
After the great leader Zonford had devised a plan to eliminate...
This is 38 minutes, so I wonder how far she gets, because she's reading at a pretty good clip.
all threatening inhabitants...
Did I just say reading? She's reading it pretty good. She's reading.
Earth, and to begin his campaign for the world domination. All of Earth's nations united to defend their home. Earth chose to resist. Zonford had assembled a massive army. When all of the battles had concluded, Zonford emerged victorious. This signaled the arrival of the great slaughterers. Zonford entered the nations and wiped out complete dynasties. Generations of great leaders perished at the hands of the tyrant. This turned out to be a transitional period for the planet Earth. Zonford had successfully extinguished all of his possible enemies through a masterful plan of deceit and conspiracy. It took many years for the residents of Earth to accept his unconscionable actions. However, it signaled a very prosperous time in Earth's history, when the economy was strong and the crime rate was almost non-existent. It was unclear if this was because of Zonford's final solution, or just because there were fewer people to commit crimes. Unemployment disappeared, a problem of the past. The only people who experienced poverty were those who deliberately decided not to work. Along with addicts and the mentally ill, they became vagrants.
My God.
The super corporations in the world flourished. Manufacturing bloomed. And people purchased things just as fast as production took place. For the first time in Earth's history, 98% of the population enjoyed the benefits of an unlimited job market.
Oh my God.
Little did anyone know that a terrible evil, an evil far worse than Zonford, stood poised and ready to strike down the inhabitants of Earth. The architectural wonder that was Zonford's headquarters dominated the landscape where it resided. No leader had ever possessed a more imposing or awe-inspiring structure. Custody of such a structure surely proved an individual's supremacy over all others. Sitting in his majestic main office, Zonford contemplated what the new day would bring.
Angela, you had to put your knitting down? You're laughing so much you'll end up dropping stitches? Uh-oh.
As he sifted through the various thoughts and crowded his mind, he stood and strolled through his domain, with arms folded at a leisurely pace. Zonford personified the very essence of intimidation. He stood strong at 6 feet 2 inches tall, and his posture was flawless.
Where'd she go? Where is she? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, part 2? That's not part 2 yet.
So we are going to be reading chapter 2, which is called First Emergence, November 22nd, 3033.
Okay.
So this takes place like 1,000 years in the future, I guess.
Yep.
1,000 years. It's not a long chapter.
Okay.
A short chapter.
That's okay. We're here either way.
You know, it's a bedtime story. It's not supposed to be that long. You know what I mean?
I wish the music was a little bit lower.
Sobriety is something to boast. Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of myself, man. I am.
You should
I'm
be.
very proud of myself. So let's do this.
Let's do this.
The Council for Scientific Research sat in session. The topic of discussion was the violent heat waves that gripped the Middle East. Violent heat waves? How'd you know? The lead member of the panel, Dr. Jillian Waters, stood prominently in the center of the conference room. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, he began. To Tabor, the lead scientist in the science department of the Zomford administration, has submitted a frightening report to the council for discussion. It concerns the recent climate change. You've been hearing that lately? In the Middle East, apparently in the same remote region, a biological threat of an unknown origin has surfaced. Our goal today is to examine the findings thoroughly and discuss the possible origins of this organism. Displays embedded in the desks in front of the scientists flickered in activity as the report loaded onto the council's research equipment. Please examine the findings thoroughly, said Waters. When you've finished with your research, please activate your indicators. At that time, I shall return. Thank you for your cooperation. Dr. Waters exited the conference room. He walked to an adjacent room, took a seat at a desk, and turned on a display with research data loaded. Deep in thought, he examined the preliminary biological test results, scanning images and text. He frowned and rubbed his forehead, baffled by the data. Meanwhile, in the conference room, the council wasn't doing much better. Clicks of keyboards sounded intermittently. The council members tirelessly attempted to piece together the puzzle. Gradually, completion indicators were activated. Finally, the last scientist activated his indicator. Soon after, Dr. Waters entered. I am excited to hear your findings. What is an indicator, by the way?
Like in the Senate, when they put the green light on, it's just the thing in front of them that they press and say, I'm done.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to hear your findings. To be honest with you, I can't begin to understand this organism. Miss Barber, you are the designate.
I think he's been there the whole time.
Thank you, sir. I think I can speak for the rest of the council when I say that I've never seen anything like this. God, I'm like seeing 2020 anyway. We couldn't even confirm that this organism is in fact living. One theory says it could be a chemical weapon of some sort made to look like a single-celled organism, but we can't confirm that. In terms of the climate change, this is another mystery. I wish I could tell you more, but her voice trailed off. Don't apologize, Waters responded in a tired voice. I suspected this would be the case. I've been studying the whatever it is since Dr. Tabor first filed his report.
Oh, studying.
I haven't been able to come to any definite conclusion myself. All I know is that the projections are terrifying.
Terrifying.
Indeed, sir, we concur. Unfortunately, we cannot aid this investigation any further without more information, Barber responded. I understand. Dr. Tabor is performing a follow-up on his inconclusive first report. This report will be made available to the council upon completion. Well, that concludes this session. Thank you all for your efforts. So they basically said nothing.
It could be dead. A dead thing.
It could be, man. The scientists rose from their seats, still in a state of disbelief at what they had observed. Several discussions ensued as they left the conference room. Dr. Waters stood outside his office. His cell phone rang and he answered. Waters here. Hello, Dr. Tabor. How is the follow-up report going? The doctor's eyes widened. You have got to be kidding me. He's ignoring it.
He's ignoring it.
A resident of Center City in the Middle East sat in his residence, viewing the evening news on television. The commentator began the telecast.
View in the evening news.
The heat wave in the Middle East continues, and reports of mass hallucinations are increased. Mass hallucinations?
What?
They're hallucinating.
Uh-oh.
Great delusion.
Hallucinating.
Citizens are reporting alien beings roaming in their presence, sands catching fire, and various other supernatural phenomenon. The death toll continues to rise as new victims are discovered. Over 1,000 citizens were found dead today, victims of various fatal circumstances. Suffocation and dehydration were among the culprits. So they're seeing aliens all over the place.
Are they?
I don't know.
I didn't get that. What?
He's teasing me.
That's right.
Teasing me.
Aliens
he only knows the
being
story.
That's true.
The viewer took a deep breath, turned off the set,
Okay.
and threw the remote to the side of his couch. Feeling thirsty, he went to the kitchen to get a glass of water. He took a glass from the cupboard and turned the faucet to the on position. The sink produced a clunking noise, but the faucet gave not a drop. Shit, not again. The man left his home and headed for the local market to pick up some bottled water. The heat was as oppressive as ever. The sweat on his brow accumulated quickly. He breathed heavily with each breath harder than the last. After what seemed like hours, he finally reached his destination. The market was eerily inactive, like now.
Mm-hmm.
The only noise being the annoying elevator music playing in the background. He found his water and searched for a clerk to pay for it. Is anybody here? I want to buy this. The man yelled while...
The annoying music in the elevator. Misinformation. You're having the roughest night. I'm so glad you're feeling better. That misinformation. That's awesome.
Pulling out a handkerchief to wipe his brow. After the futile attempt to find a sales clerk, he left the store with his unpaid item. Something was strange about tonight. It made sense that few people were about because of the heat, but this was extraordinary. As he began his journey back to his house, he saw a group of people gathered together and gawking at something in the distance. He approached the onlookers. "What's going on? Is something the matter?" he inquired. "Look, do you see that hazy cloud in the distance?" a woman responded. "It's moving toward the city. We've been watching it for about an hour now, and it seems to be picking up speed."
Does she have the hiccups?
Yeah, I see it.
What happened? Did she have the hiccups or did she burp or something? Did she have the hiccups?
Seems to be picking up speed. Yeah, I see it. His voice trembled. What the hell could it be? Notice the way it moves. It's almost as though it's alive, another onlooker observed. "Look, it's passing over the herd of sheep," shouted the woman. What the fuck? This is interesting. This is like the Andromeda strain. The
Never read it.
The ominous cloud rolled toward the helpless animals as the force passed. The crowd watched in horror as the flesh of creatures began disintegrating from their birth. That's Andromeda strain.
It was in the movie, and I'm like, what?
It is literally like if you read Andromeda strain by Michael Crichton, it's
Okay.
nanotechnology that eats flesh like super quick.
Oh, wow. No.
I
Rev and I just said wow at the same time. I am picking up on their little habits, aren't I? Wow.
eats flesh like super quick.
Wow.
Wow.
Hi, Stacy. How are you?
Hi, Stacy.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
My,
Amazing.
I swear to Jesus.
I believe you. My God, what is happening? Another woman screamed. Another pedestrian gazed at the sight in sheer horror. Mister, what should we do? She said, shaking with fear. Come on. We can take shelter in my house. The man began to run, urging the others to follow him. One man collapsed in a heap, dead from exhaustion.
Yes,
Then as they
Fola.
approached the man's house, the other male member of the group succumbed to the plague.
Uh-oh, the plague. Succumb to the plague. Yeah, Fola, I was reading. No, I didn't just say that. I'm not even meaning to say that. Reading. I was reading. Oh my God. I was reading the first part. And we get to the end of chapter 1, and then we discuss, like, you know, each week we could, like, you know, have different people come up to read and stuff, right? Take a character or something. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, Shani read it, right? On this other channel called Notice Me, Please Notice Me. Oh my God. And this is better. The music. Oh my God. She stops to talk to him for a second. Hilarious.
The cloud engulfed the man's being, ripping his flesh from his body in a disgusting display.
Reading.
The female onlooker and the owner of her house were the only members of the group that remained.
Fola, is that common for people to start dropping their G's? We're all losing our proper English. Losing. Oh my God.
The woman collapsed to the floor, crying desperately. What the hell is going on? This heat and now this, she sobbed? Maybe the news has something on about this. He picked up the remote from his couch. They had TVs still?
I could have called him something different.
The year 3000?
Telescreen or something like
Yeah.
that. I could have called it
And
something.
turned on the set. The familiar tagline of breaking news was scrolled across the bottom of the screen. They sat and watched the images in horror. And the cloud just swooped into the city and started eating everything in sight. I saw a guy get caught in a cloud, and after it passed, there was nothing left of the guy. I'm telling you, this is the end of the world. This thing is... All right, thank you for the eyewitness account, sir. The newscaster interrupted. What? To update our new viewers, an unknown disease has engulfed Center City and most of the Middle East.
It's not really unknown, though, because Tabor had discovered it already. Yeah, I'm not really following. Cambia says, wait, they went to the first guy's house, now they're at the woman's house? I didn't even get that part. I'm not following that at all.
Projections on the casualty rate are not yet available. An address from Zomford has not yet been scheduled. This is Trina Cole, live from Center City for Global News Now. Suddenly, the now familiar organic movement of the plague appeared in the distance behind the telecaster.
The plague.
It advanced with tremendous speed. The camera captured the image of the reporter being mutilated by the cloud and collapsed dead on the street.
No, it's not you, Ashley. It's not you.
The cloud engulfed the camera's lens and obliterated everything. The man quickly turned the television set off. I think that's enough TV for tonight. The woman continued to cry and moan. The images burned in her mind. Listen, I think we're all right. If it hasn't gotten us yet, maybe it won't come near here. The man said in an attempt to comfort the distraught woman. I need a glass of water, the woman choked. Yes, so do I. The two entered the kitchen. He retrieved 2 glasses from the cupboard and poured the bottled water. She stood behind him awaiting her glass. Without looking, he handed the glass to her and she shook it. Suddenly, her glass crashed to the floor.
Without looking.
Shit, did I drop it, he asked. He looked in her direction. Her eyes were wider than 2 full moons, and her hands covered her mouth.
Yeah, you're not supposed to ask the author what they meant. Yeah. Oh my God. White Bird, thank you so much for gifting 5 Are You Serious memberships. Thank you. Yes, we got Microwaved Salad received one of those memberships. Radioactive Gaming for F's sake, Kelly M, and Brittany bear. Welcome to the nest. And if you're here right now, please be sure to give Whitebird a shout out in the chat. And coming up in the chat is your welcome video. Thank you so much, Whitebird. It's very nice. Thank you. What's happening is a man went for a bottle of water since the water clunked. Then giant chemtrails engulfed, but good thing the news said some things was happening. Now we have a broken cup. Thank you, Rendive. I appreciate that. Thank you.
She was staring out of
We got this on Amazon, Canvia. This is Rev's book that he wrote. It's on Amazon.
the window. The man also turned to look. The cascading cloud of the plague confronted the man.
The plague.
The woman grabbed him in a deep embrace as the menace broke through the window and devoured them.
Oh.
The end of chapter 2. What is this thing that is devouring these people?
Devouring?
What is going on? This is shocking. This is really shocking. This
devouring.
That's really shocking scene. That would be an awesome scene in a movie. I'm just saying. You're welcome.
So supportive.
Cute. Thank you.
So supportive
The
of each other.
visionary of like this giant like cloud, not knowing what it is. Is it nanotechnology? Is it one single-celled organisms? It's very interesting, actually, and it's devouring these people until there's no flesh left on them.
And that's literally what's in the Egroff plant.
Yeah, except it's nanotechnology.
And
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Oh, it's so cool. These like nanotechnologies in the Adronomus strain, they can make themselves look sort of human, like a human shape.
Yeah.
It.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
That is really nuts.
Right?
I know.
Yeah. Brett.
Have I ever thought of doing books on tape for the blind or for people who like to listen to books on tape? You read well. I have thought of that before. I thought that would be a good idea. Who's the author of the book? Well, I can show you him. This is Jason William Egroff.
Oh, she's got a hard copy.
The author of the book I'm
Lucky.
actually married to right here. Let me point it to you. This is the author of the book. Here. He wrote this when he was a teenager.
Started it, yeah.
Yeah, he started writing this when he was a teenager and finished it in 2008. 2008 and published it. You can get it on Amazon for $1 on digital. If you want the hard copy, it is $17.
Yeah.
Let me see. How much is it currently?
It's a great book, what I'm reading right now. It's a great book.
That was an exceptionally short chapter, but I remember the reason.
The paperback is now $19.23. That's, hey, inflation. You know, I'm sure it's worth it, though.
Yeah. Thank you, Teniella.
I just ate pizza. Sorry.
No way, that's absolutely awesome.
You made Tento Saga merch? Oh my God.
Okay, what made you think
Oh yeah,
of
he's got like a Tento cult, right? Like Tento's down.
this cloud, this plague?
I can't tell you like anything. It'll spoil.
Yeah, no spoilers, Shanny.
The idea, though, where did you come up with the idea of it, though?
Here. Him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's very interesting. Like, you're going through global warming. You're going through, like, this plague right now. It's like...
Oh, it's a trash dump
comment.
behind them.
Oh, yes.
1,000 years in the future, right?
Yes.
I did that actually. I wasn't an on-fire Christian at all yet. You know that. Yeah, I was a nominal believer. But I was thinking to myself, this is what the world would come to if Jesus didn't return. That's why it's 1,000 years in the future.
Okay.
I want you to know that.
I don't think the Earth's going to survive another 1,000 years.
No, we got like probably 3 years left. Not many.
Well, according to the people who do the global warming, we got like 2030 before we're gone.
Yeah.
So, you know.
5 years.
Yeah. Like, this is something we really got to come to a realization that...
But the only thing this shows it, what's happening.
That we're heading to, I guess, would it be the sixth mass extinction? Something like that.
I mean,
Something
science
like
says
that.
I think, yeah. But if you study this image of the Earth, is the secret of what it is. If
Yeah.
you can come to understand what that image is,
Yep.
like what's happening to the Earth there? What, in your opinion, what's happening to the Earth in the picture? I have an answer, but obviously I have an answer, but it would spoil a lot.
Yeah. What do you
But
think?
that's the answer. It's the picture of the Earth. What is happening on this side?
What is happening?
What is that? There you go.
Covered in
I
plague.
won't say anything else.
Yep.
Someone's saying that you stole this book. Do you see that? That says Jason William Egroff.
Sure does. V Rev.
There's also a copyright right there
Mm-hmm.
for Jason William Egroff.
2008. Yep.
You don't have to show the paperwork for me.
I really
You don't
do.
have to show the paperwork.
I really do.
He thinks he has to show the paperwork.
That's the most insulting shit I've ever heard.
Oh.
Okay, you're going away. You're lying
Someone asked to see the paperwork for the copyright.
in the chat. Don't lie. Don't lie about my husband. Don't. Go away. Don't lie.
Give me a sec. It's working. Because actually I want to look at it because it's cool. Oh, yeah. Just give me a second.
Did Jay write the book? Yes, he wrote this book. He started when he was 14. He finished it in 2008
Just getting here.
when he was 23.
Is that the age?
I would assume.
Yes. You're better at math than me.
I'm just thinking about 23, 22, something like that.
Yeah. I think that's accurate. Not a lot of people would have closed.
He did write this book. Don't listen to the rumors. They're lying.
Oh my God.
This is fully copyrighted
Look, I got it. Give me a chance. Gotta find it.
by a copyright. So,
Yeah, he has an ISBN.
Oh, aha.
all right.
Now, you want to tell me that this document is fake? You can go right to hell, because I'm not going to deal with that.
Oh, these
First of
assets
all,
are
here's the
great.
correspondence. Library of Congress.
There you go.
Okay?
Real deal.
Library of Congress? Yeah.
Yep. Someone coughing in the back.
Doesn't have any personal information on it.
I shouldn't show.
Yeah.
Registration number, effective date, August 6, 2009. This is official. The Tento Saga, The Exile. That was the first part of it. Okay, this is for the first part, what I was going to call it in the beginning. It didn't end up being that, so I have another Library of Congress. In this I'm going to flash this quick. It's like all old information, pretty much. This is an official copyright form. You see the title at the top?
Did you
The
see
Tento
that?
Saga.
Did you see that?
Who's the author?
God. Oh my God. This is Please Notice Me. Oh my God. It got, oh, the reviews are, yeah, we read the reviews the other night. Insane.
This is an official copyright form. You see the title at the top? The Tento Saga. Who's the author on that? Can you see the author?
The rat.
Where's the author? Showing the author. Jason W. Egroff.
There you
author.
go. Yep.
The
Author.
Tento Saga.
Published
official
author.
document of the United States Library of Congress.
This book.
Go to hell, liar.
This book is in the Library of Congress. You
Yes.
can't deny it.
It's an official copyright, 70 years. That's right. And I own it until 70 years are up.
Oh, then what?
2078, it'll be copyright free.
Yeah, anyone who's going for my mods, if anyone's saying they're the owner of my husband's book, what's trying to put this information out there, please block them.
They just show the Library of Congress copyright that I have personally.
Do you want to you want to go to lawyers? You want to mix lawyers? Guys?
2078. Yeah, it's ours.
Oh, you'll get sued 100% for that. Because I'm pretty proud of this.
The book, what it deals with a general Zomper, the overlord of all the world. The plague is happening, where it's this giant cloud that's eating the flesh off people in a massive amount of rate. Massive amount of rate. I think millions, billions are gonna die. The way how it's going.
We're gonna work on this book more and more.
I mean, before you end it,
Yes.
you can read the back of it if you want. No, the back cover.
The authors know.
No. The back cover. The cover, honey, on the back of the cover.
Oh,
You can read that.
okay. Back cover. There we go.
Yeah.
It says Exile, War, Redemption. Spanning 237 years, the Tento Saga is a future fiction epic that outlines a tumultuous and brutal path. Civil wars,
What's that?
a mass exodus from Earth, and
53 years,
political
I think?
turmoil. These trying times threaten to break the human spirit.
Trying times.
The exile follows
It's possible we could still be here 53 years from now, depending how old you are.
mankind's relocation to planet Tento. An enigmatic plague renders planet Earth uninhabitable. While battling a madman
Maybe
hell-bent on
Easter.
mankind's extinction, Earth's brutal leader spearheads the effort to save the human race. Memoirs of a Tyrant takes us back in the time to discover Zomford's journey to ultimate power. In 2993, he is merely a group troop in the Austrian armed forces. That sounds like Hitler.
Sort of, right?
By 3020, his defense corporation
I am curious how Austria had such a. It was like a main character here. Austria, of all countries.
has global influence. Origins of Annihilation follows the mission of Dr. Tobias Schuyler, a biochemist at the Tentonian Institute of Science. 200 years after the exile, the discovery of a cure to plague the decimated Earth makes it possible to make a return to mankind's former home.
You just picked a neighboring
The
country.
culmination tells the final entry of the epic in a kaleidoscope of perspectives. Politics, war, and deception threaten to break the fragile trust that binds the utopian existence on Tento. At the end, a new reality awaits.
I got chills from it. I'm sorry.
He got chills.
You can buy this book on Amazon.
Yes, you can.
The hard copy is $17, and then you can buy the digital copy for $1 on Amazon.
$1.
You never know, Hippiesta.
Do I know the ending? No. I don't. I've
She hasn't
never
read it.
actually fully read this book.
How insulting.
Really told you, did I?
No.
That's great.
No, I
It'll
don't.
be a surprise for you, too. That's great.
Might want to read
Do
it,
we get paid
Shannon.
if we buy it? I think so, yeah.
Get paid? Do we get paid?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. Eventually, yeah, I'll get paid. I would appreciate it.
Eventually.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, guys.
That's really nice of you. If you want to do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I didn't fraudulently self-publish my own novel and then fake a copyright. No, you just saw the long-form certificate for the Library of Congress copyright. I own this copyright until the year 2078.
And it's got an ISBN.
Yes, it does.
Which is pretty much proof that it's a real book.
Yes, it's in the Library
is.
of Congress. I showed the long form certificate for it.
Yeah, you can type the name in Amazon and it will come up.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can put in the ISBN number and it comes up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ISBN number is 978-0-615-206646.
6646. That's too close. This is a boy.
Aw,
He loves
Gavin.
you. Unconditional love. This is a boy.
He is a
Gavin,
boy.
Kit Kat.
He's such a
You want
handsome
him?
cat,
Yeah.
huh?
Okay, he's a baby boy.
Aw.
Struggling a bit. Here he is. Okay, he's a baby.
We're going to end this with Gavin.
Yes.
Hello everyone, it's me, Gavin. I just want to tell you that Mommy and Daddy have given me tuna and chicken today, and it makes me so happy. But I want to tell every single one of you to love each other and to be kind to each other and stop antagonizing others. Try the Shani challenge of being kind and nice and not lashing out when you hear a different opinion. Learn to be kind, like me, Gavin, the Kit Kat. That is all. You have a good night. I love you. You're my favorite people.
Aw.
That's a boy.
Oh my God, that was awesome. Shani never finished reading the book. Now no one will know the ending except the Reverend dude himself. Oh my God. Wow. I just found this creator today. Amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, definitely. Check out. Please notice me. Yeah, I'll be checking out more of that content. Yes, I will. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right. Well, we'll continue next Friday. We will continue. We'll finish it, even if Shani doesn't. We will. I actually installed a new keyboard, Toasty. I did. I got the part, and I had to remove all the guts of the laptop because it's the keyboard is at the bottom of everything. But it wasn't that expensive. Better than having a separate keyboard. Yeah, it works perfectly now. Thrilled with it. Yes. Glad you enjoyed it, Anna Gags. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get back to that next Friday. We'll do some more. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you. Hooked on phonics subscriptions. I could use one. I think all of us. Yeah, we could all use one. Hey, we'll keep learning. Learning is lifelong. I gotta clip some of Chantal's life quotes that she had for us today. Yeah, those were all great. They pretty much all rhymed too. It was great. Yep. We will not remember. B squared too. I'm glad you had a good time. All right. Mothman Muses, McGwencia, Ashley, Toaste, Angela. Yeah, Monty B. Hey, Monty B. How's Frank doing? We got Whitebird, Rendive, got Snow Groove Cheryl, we got Fola. We got, lots of good peeps in here tonight. I hope to see you next Friday. KMB Stitches, Hippiesta. Yeah. And Eileen says maybe the book would be better if you read it while you were drugged up like the author. It probably would put a different spin on it, I would think, in your own mind, Yeah. All right, everybody. Okay, Willis. All right, we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day or evening. Okay, good night.